There's a line in there that worries me. And the line reads, Liverpool's current expectation is that Salah will stay put for another year, even if an agreement over a new deal cannot be reached. That worries me, because I've no problem with Mo staying, but I very, 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 very much do have a problem with letting him go for free in a year's time. So this idea that Liverpool could go into the season with Mo having no agreement, that to me is absolute madness, and will be throwing away money. This video is sponsored by Surfshark, the best VPN on the market. Surfshark is an app or browser extension that allows you to change your location to access websites in other countries and keep you safe and secure from hackers. Using Surfshark, we here in Ireland can access other countries' Netflix libraries or other streaming platforms like DAZN in Spain for all those important Premier League games. Surfshark keeps you safe and private by protecting everything you do online. Everything. When your device connects to the internet, all that information is, in a way, blurred out. Surfshark is particularly useful for keeping you safe from being hacked if you use public Wi-Fi. Let's say you're in a cafe, you're at college, you're out and about, they've got you covered. Surfshark allows you to use one subscription on unlimited devices, meaning you can share your account with friends or family or that neighbour who's a little bit cheap. On top of all of this, Surfshark offers a 30-day money-back guarantee. You can also upgrade to Surfshark One, which includes the VPN, an alert system for breaches related to your data such as emails and credit cards, and an antivirus software for your desktop. Our sign-up offer gives you Surfshark VPN for a little over €2 a month, and you'll get an additional 3 months free. Simply scan the QR code on screen right now or use the link in the description and enter the code Anfield Agenda at checkout. I hope to God that that isn't the case, because you either extend the man or you sell him. You cannot let him leave for free. It seems madness to me. So I don't believe it, is what I'm saying. I don't believe that those inside Liverpool will view, okay, well, let's let Salah go for free in a year's time. Now, what they could mean is stay with another year with Mo, and hopefully during that campaign, you see enough to show you that he's definitely still at the top level, and then you say to him, okay, now we see it was just a blip at the end of the season, and you try to get a deal sorted. But again, it's risky business, because in January, he could sign a pre-contract to play outside the Premier League, and there's nothing the club could do about it. So I don't like it. I don't like that idea for a start. Craig, I don't like the idea of Mo leaving for free. Would be stupid if Edwards to not cash in on him. So yeah, for me, Toby Rose, that's the one thing that I just can't be accepting. If you want to extend Salah, I can absolutely understand that. And if you want to sell Salah, I can absolutely understand that. But I can't understand this idea of maybe letting him go for free in a year. Yes, you get the benefit of him for one more year. But I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, you're not going to get the best of him if he thinks he's going to depart. That's just human nature. And I don't care how professional somebody thinks somebody is. If they know that they're going to be departing, they're not going to give you 100%. I can't be any clearer. I think it's madness. So I hope it's either a new deal or a sale. I can't. The middle part of that just freaks me out. It worries me. We need to sell Salah if no agreement can be reached. It would be a disaster if we let him walk when Saudi could give us 100 million. See, the thing about that is, right, it's all very well and good for us as fans to go, well, Saudi would pay 100 million. Maybe they would. But you also have to remember that he might not necessarily want to go and play in Saudi yet. He might think he has more time at the top in Europe, and honestly, he probably does. So, you need 3 things to happen for any sale. You need to be right for the selling club, right for the buying club, and right for the player. And if Salah decides that he's not ready to, wind down his career yet, then Liverpool have those 3 options of finding another purchaser, extending, or letting him go for free. And I agree with you, the idea of letting him go for free seems absolute lunacy to me. Craig, do you think a swap deal for Diaz and Simons is fair for both Liverpool and PSG? That's exactly the right way to read it out. Do you know, I haven't given it any thought, Harry, until you brought it up there, mate. But what I think is a fair deal, I think we're probably losing on that deal. A slight bit, if I'm talking about realistic valuations. But would I take the deal? I wouldn't be against it. I wouldn't think it's a ludicrous idea. I do like Xavi Simons, and we did a piece last night in the late video where we said that apparently PSG could be willing to listen to offers of about 60 million euro for Simons, but would I value Diaz at 60 million euro? No, I'd probably value him a little bit higher, so if there was a few quid either way, I might take that. A few quid in our direction, I should say. But it's an interesting one, and it is a good jumping off point for tonight, because according to the English side of things, it does look like Liverpool may well lose a forward this summer. It says Liverpool's current expectation is that Salah will stay put for another year, even if an agreement over a new deal cannot be reached. That arguably leaves Diaz as the most likely departure given his contract situation. So it does look like we're going to potentially lose an attacker in this summer window. The question is going to be which one. It's David Lynch. Sorry, it was David Lynch that said this. So tweaks to Liverpool's forward areas are understood to be a likely aim for Liverpool this summer, meaning one or maybe more of our attacking line could well be on the way out, which kind of flies in the face of what we've heard in recent times. Daniel Bell, cheers bro, appreciate you. None of the three will leave, said Andrew Johnson. Yeah, I think they will though, mate. And I think the journalists are even starting to talk about it now. Look, if you want to bury your head in the sand, because this is what happens with a lot of Liverpool fans, bury your head in the sand all you want. But if they get sold, don't come back into my chat bitching and crying at me saying, you're the type of person you want to be. I'm being realistic. I'm based this off what journalists are saying. But if you want to be that, yeah, everything's great, nothing to see here, nobody's going to be sold, I think you're going to be in for a pretty annoying window, in all honesty with you, mate. But that's my take on it. Edwards may have to play hardball with Salah and his agent to force his departure. Again, I don't like that, because we put ourselves in this position. You know, I don't like people to... I don't want Mo vilified in this situation. I got to be clear about that. There's no forcing anybody out. Mohamed Salah signed a contract. He's honouring the contract, and the club have allowed it to get to this point. So for me, any idea of trying to vilify or make Mo the evil person here needs to stop. The club, in my opinion, have made a mess of all of this. I've said this to you guys for a few weeks now. The fact that Liverpool Football Club have allowed Mohamed Salah, Virgil van Dijk and Trent Alexander-Arnold to get to this point is, I would say, embarrassing. Certainly short-sighted, and definitely not in keeping with us being that super clever club. It just doesn't sit well with me. It causes potential headaches, and for what? All I can think of really is that it's to save money. So they didn't want to extend them a year earlier or half a year earlier, which would have meant paying them more money. It just all feels really tight and cheap again from our owners. That's my perception of it anyway. The way things are looking now, I don't think Mo's ready to go to Saudi. So for me, if he took a pay cut and gave him a 2-year extension, I'd take that. But I'd also take 100 million if somebody offered it to him and he wanted to move, because I think it's sensible. With Virgil, I think he has to get an extension. I think he definitely has more years at the top level. And with Trent, I'm absolutely furious that we're in this position. I think it's lunacy that Trent has been let get down to a year to go. He's just coming into his prime. And whatever we think, and people think he can't defend, or he can defend, or he can't score enough, he does score, whatever position you hold on him, make no mistake that there will be a queue of clubs sniffing around, ready to go, if Liverpool don't get that deal sorted out. And to me, that just stinks of stupidity. What really confused me, though, is the last thing Connor sent to me just before we went live. Madrid Extra saying, Vinicius Jr. is now in pole position for the Ballon d'Or. Same goals and assists as Darwin, is anything Liverpool's post above it. It is mental, because I gotta be honest with you, I wouldn't be thinking Vinny Jr. for the Ballon d'Or by any stretch, but yeah, there does seem to be a nice little extra push if you're a Real Madrid player, though. I'm still, if I was a Bayern Munich fan this morning, I would be still seething at that linesman over last night's game.